Hey, I just wanted to make a quick new video about particle emitters, covering some topics that I didn't cover before. So this is a continuation of the last video. On the last video, I said to download a cube USDZ file from online, and actually there's a much easier way to do that. When you are in Reality Composer Pro, you can add objects by simply going to this plus button right here. So I press this plus button, and I add a primitive shape and a cube. So let's go back to the particle emitter that I had. I'm going to press play right now, and I have made a particle emitter that is the sparks particle. So that would be this one, sparks. And I wanted to go over a few things that I didn't go over in the last video. So the first thing is burst count. So birth rate is how many sparks are going to come out. The larger the number, the more particles you have. So what is a burst? So a burst is an extra amount of particles that are going to come out all at once. So I have it set to 1000. So it will have a burst of 1000. And let's make this birth rate 200 so it becomes really clear. So when I click the burst button, you're going to see a bunch of particles come out. And that's the way you can test a burst. So let's make it 10,000. It's a bunch of particles. The next thing is spreading angle. So you can see that if I set it to 0, the particles will shoot in one angle. It'll shoot like a line. So I'm gonna actually go to the emitter here and make the speed slightly higher so you can see, yeah, now it's shooting more. So actually the higher this number, the more variation you'll have in how the particle bursts or shoots out of the point. So let's say 4 degrees. I don't even know if it's 5 degrees actually. Let's say 1, so it's shooting kind of out there. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be by degree. Oh, it's in radians. So the spreading angle is in radians. So 1.5, you're seeing a spread angle of 1.5 radians. Okay, that makes sense. The next thing I want to go over is birth direction normal. Something I didn't notice before is these symbols right here kind of give an idea of where your particles are going to be emitted from. So I wanted to point out that when I click normal emission, I'm going back to a low spread angle first so that we don't get confused here. We know where our particles are coming from. When I choose birth direction normal, and then I can change my shape here. Okay, you can see that when I change it to plane, it's coming from the whole surface of the cube, not just one point. Like here, it's a point. When I do a box, it's coming out of each side of the box, each surface of the box. And I can change it to vertices, so it comes out of each vertex. When I do a sphere, you can see that the particles, let me change the duration here and the amount of particles, the birth rate, so we can see it a little bit better. So the particles are coming out in a spherical pattern. And the same thing with the cone. You can imagine an imaginary cone here. A cone has one side that's a circle all the way around, and it's at an angle. So the angle would be kind of at almost a 45-degree angle, and that's where the sparks are coming out of, from the side. And that's what this icon kind of shows. And then cylinders, similar. They're going to be coming out, but more horizontally now. And then a torus. So it's kind of hard to imagine an imaginary torus here, but I imagine that the sparks are coming out of the sides of the torus. And that's all I have for my video today. I'd like to get back into particles more. There's so much more options to explore, but I actually want to start creating an app for my next video and talk more about data models and using those to create an app in VisionOs. And so I'm going to be taking a break from the particle emitters subject, but I will come back to it in future videos, so expect that sometime in the future. If you like that, please like and subscribe for more VisionOs content, or you can check out my channel for music and painting content, and thanks for watching.